A new revolution has kicked off in Lagos State health care system with the introduction of Smart Health Information Platform, SHIP, to transform data transmission and management across all state-owned healthcare facilities. The highly secure digital cloud is a state government-led effort designed in collaboration with Int'l, a health technology company, and Int'l Limited to create a backbone for seamless movement of patients' data and to enhance digital transformation in the state health care. Digital Health Platform Limited, a special movement vehicle SPV comprising Lagos Ministry of Health, Int'l, and Int'l, will jointly drive the operation of the technology. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu supervised the signing of the concession agreement between the Office of the Public-Private Partnership (PPP) and the Digital Health Platform Limited ahead of the full deployment of SHIP in the state's health sector. The agreement signing was also witnessed by the state's Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro. The digital system will eliminate loose data sharing and transmission through manual systems, while providing improved protection and privacy for patients' data. Greater Lagos is truly rising, and this is the Greater Lagos vision. I am Love Oyedokun.
This is Lagos, the heartbeat of Nigeria, a city steeped in rich cultural heritage and now poised to become a global financial center.
We're at a Lot Mayor's show, and it's an opportunity for us to just depict what Lagos is all about. And it's only at an event like this, competing with other bigger cities and other nations, that you can get to tell your story. So it's storytelling time for us.
In a historic moment, Lagos made its inaugural appearance at the renowned Lord Mayor's show in London, a testament to its growing economic prominence.
Lagos is a big mega city on its own right now. It's the largest city in Africa. It's the biggest economy that is a sub-national in Africa. But we want to make it one of the international financial centers in the world. All we're trying to do is to be able to let the world know that Lagos is indeed ready for bigger business.
Lagos isn't just open for business. It's a gateway to the future, embracing innovation and welcoming investors from around the globe. We invite the world to witness Lagos's dynamism, progress, and the myriad of opportunities available for transformative, groundbreaking projects.
Lagos is indeed ready to take over the world in the financial space, in the economic space, and to truly really be able to tell both the Lagos, the Nigerian, and the African story, and be able to let other parts of the world know who we are, understand our culture, understand that we're the center of culture, entertainment, music in the whole of Africa, and to also be able to, for people to know what we have to give to the world.
So the whole idea, right, is for us to be able to let the world, get them to know what is happening in Lagos. But GDP of Lagos is actually bigger than the GDP of Kenya, it's bigger than Ghana, it's bigger than Rwanda, and it's bigger than Senegal. As a little sub-national, it's very big in how it stands, in how it sits, and it's all of that conversation that we think a lot of people need to know what is happening in Lagos, and how we can use the Lagos story, to sort of like tell the African story.
On this episode, fire outbreaks, Sanwo-Olu challenges stakeholders to develop strategies to mitigate occurrences. At the Young Water Project, Sanwo-Olu assures of completion by next year. Healthcare, Lagos introduces Smart Health Information Platform, SHIP, for data transmission and management. Details of these and many more when we return. Please stay with us. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has challenged industry, traditional rulers, Market leaders and others on the need to develop strategies that will mitigate fire disasters and their devastating effects on life and property of citizens. The governor, who was speaking at the Lagos International Fire Safety Conference organized by the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service held in the state, noted that the fire incidences in the state were often caused by careless behavior and urged market traders to take responsibility for their actions. The Made in Lagos International Fire Safety Conference had in attendance various stakeholders, including representatives of traders, religious organizations, community development associations, students, and international partners. It was organized by the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, LSFRS. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, in his keynote address, noted that safety against fire incidents remains the responsibility of residents and calls for more actions from residents in curbing constant cases of fire outbreaks in the state.
Fire disaster, as you know, it poses a significant threat to life, to property, and to our dear environment. They disturb community, they destroy livelihood, and they place immense pressure on our emergency services and on our infrastructure. In recent years, Lagos has witnessed several unfortunate fire incidents, which has left a trail of destruction here and there, and a painful reminder of the vulnerability that we face as a people. It's therefore imperative that we adopt a holistic and a collaborative approach to mitigate this risk and build a more resilient Lagos in line with our Teams Plus agenda. At the heart of our efforts lies the recognition that fire safety is not a sole responsibility of any single entity. Rather, it's a collective responsibility that necessitates active participation and collaboration of all stakeholders, from government agencies to the emergency service providers, to the organized private sector, to our market men and women, to our community leaders, to our religious bodies, to our traditional institutions, indeed to students and every citizen. All of us, and I mean all of us, have a critical role to play in preventing and being able to respond very quickly to fire and disaster emergencies. The private sector in particular, with its vast resources and its expertise, must be an integral partner in our fire safety initiatives. Businesses, we believe, have the responsibility to implement stringent fire safety measures within their premises. So when we conduct and we don't give approvals, I would say you should do a critical risk analysis of your development. It's because we want to help you so that you can help us. It's not because we want to be hard on you, but because we want to help you for the future so that we all can help ourselves. And when we conduct risk assessment, we ensure that their staff are well trained in fire prevention and response protocol. We prioritize fire safety. Businesses not only protect their own assets, but believe they contribute to the overall safety of our entire city. And so therefore, as a government, we are fully committed to enhancing the fire safety through robust policies, strategic and very intentional investment, and we believe partnership is also very, very critical.
The governor urged residents and all relevant stakeholders in the state to build resilience and be committed to being fire advocate champions to reduce the incidents across the state.
We all have a role to play. We all have a sense of responsibility and duty of care in fire disaster. And to remind ourselves that fire, in a lot of the cases, are due to negligence and human error. Fire in itself will not just start up. Fire is typically due to negligence in one part, due to sheer, people just want to be destructive, and the ones that are environmentally driven, that maybe during harsh weather, we continue to re-emphasize and advocate for our citizens to know that during dry season, during harmattan season, the weather also aids, fire to consume and to move very fast. So the best birthday present that I want is for all of you that are stakeholders here to leave this place committed that you will become a fire advocate champion, that you will become a cheerleader to tell others on the ways and means in which we can, educate ourselves, understand that fire is not a juju that comes from anywhere. It is largely due to irresponsible behavior or carelessness, and a lot of times, and the fact that people don't raise alarm early enough. This government in 5 years have built more fire stations than we've had 10 years prior. We have commissioned new fire stations, and you heard the commissioner also say that there are 3 others that are still coming. We have brought in one fuel sweep about 64 fire engines that goes as high as 10 floors. We have increased the capacity by recruiting over almost 1,000 new fire service men. But we realize that it's more than that. It's more of advocacy, it's more of communication, it's more of engaging ourselves and everybody understanding that we have a role to play.
Director and Chief Executive Officer, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesheye, stressed the need for public-private partnership to develop cutting-edge technology in preventing fire incidents in the state.
As Fire Chief of Lagos State Fire Rescue Service, I recognize that the government and our agency alone cannot address the complex fire safety challenges we face on a daily basis. We need to tap into expertise, resources, and innovation of the private sector to enhance public fire safety. In 2029 to 2024, we recorded 1,372 fire incidents in 2019. In 2020, we recorded 1,235. In 2021, we recorded 1,195. In 2023, we recorded 2,537. The recent fire incidents at Dosumu Market Fire that happened April 9, 2024 affected 23 buildings, while 16 totally destroyed, 77 with significant damages. About 168 containerized shops were totally destroyed.
The conference aims to develop strategies and solutions for reducing fire incidents, ensuring a safer environment for all Lagos residents. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has declared that his administration will do whatever it takes to complete the 70 million gallons per day of Adiyon water treatment plants located in Iju area of the state come next year. Sanwo-Olu stated this while speaking at the 5th edition of the Lagos International Water Conference, themed Financing Water and Sanitation for our Greater Lagos, held in Victoria Island. It's the 5th edition of the Lagos International Water Conference, themed Financing Water and Sanitation for our Greater Lagos. The conference brought together technocrats and all stakeholders to reason and arrive at a workable solution to address water sanitation challenges.
We've all said it's a critical conversation. Water, like Mike said, has no enemy, but it's got a lot of enemy. It's got a lot of enemy because we are all not sincere and serious and true to ourselves. If we say that water do not have enemy, we all need to ask ourselves, how well are we playing this role? How well are we moving from lip service and just being able to resolve the issues? We all talk about cholera and the outbreak that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. We've seen it because of the proactive nature of this government, with all sense of humility. It was the level of how well we're able to take a proactive step and transparently have a surveillance engagement where we can raise our voices and raise them early. That we've been able to stem the tide, we've been able to reduce an outbreak that will not only be local, but will have been very catastrophic. And so for us, it's not just about lip service. It's about ensuring that we can put all of our resources where it is most needed. We can identify the skills that are required. We can speak truth to authority, and we can challenge ourselves. And with all sense, I told the Honorable Minister yesterday that we want to move away from talk. We want to move to action. We want to move away from just rhetorics. It's the 5th year we're coming on a water conference. I want to see the outcomes and the outputs. I want to see the levers being moved. And let's not just make it a talk shop where we exchange call cards, we exchange emails, and nothing happens again until another 1 year.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu expressed dissatisfaction that Lagos State Water Corporation had not been innovative enough to create solutions to water resource management challenges in the state, despite international training of its staff. While highlighting the crucial importance of putting in place financial resources in achieving the goals of water security, accessibility, and sustainability, the governor restated that for his administration, it was not just about lip service, but the resolve to move away from rhetorics into action.
And so that's why I believe that as a government, and I think Mike said it, we've sent all of you to the nice schools to teach us and to help us with all of the things we need to know. They were all clapping there. They've been to Netherlands. We've had several World Bank best trainers. You know, I see some of them there, ex-Lagos State Water Corporation staff. They've all been trained in the best institutions in the world. But that has not put solutions on the table for us. That has not resolved the challenges that we have as a state. And I think the change we need to stay here is for all of us, both development partners, both the Ministry of Environment, both the Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation. Let us stop this rhetoric and just talk. Let us act on it. It's so important to us. And I told you, water is so important to us as a government and as a people that we will not shy away from whatever is going to cost us. My speech is not a lot.
Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Usev, was the special guest of honor at the event. He noted that Lagos had various challenges when it comes to water sanitation due to rapid population growth and infrastructural challenges.
Not just a matter of basic human rights, they're also crucial for health, economic development, and social equity. However, the financing of water and sanitation infrastructure remains a critical hurdle, not only for Lagos State, but the country at large.
For his part, the Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, called for sustainable and innovative ways to finance and manage the state's water resources to meet the needs of the growing population.
Edition of the Lagos State International Water Conference with the theme, Financing Water for a Greater Lagos. The conference serves as a platform for us to come together, share knowledge, and explore innovative solutions to address the challenges we face in ensuring sustainable water management in our great city, Lagos. Water is a fundamental resource that sustains life and plays a vital role in development and progress of any society.
While urging participants to actively engage in the discussions, Wahab stated that together they can explore new avenues for financing, identifying best practices, and build partnerships that will pave the way for a greater Lagos. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu emphasized the state government's alignment with the urgent need for action to mitigate the effects of climate change. He stated that the government is championing adaptation initiatives at both the local and international levels. Speaking at the opening of the three-day Lagos International Climate Change Summit, the governor, who was represented by his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, acknowledged that climate change is not a distant threat, but a present reality requiring immediate solutions.
We can all see what is happening around various parts of the world. We are made to understand that the world actually recorded the warmest temperature ever since records were taken this year. So the challenges are real. So Lagos State stands at the threshold of Israel. We are driven not by what some people call challenges, but what we consider our great attributes. As a city of aquatic splendor, we are vulnerable to climate vagaries. We stand tall among the communities of nations because we must do all that we need to do to defy the odds. Several years ago, the atmospheric elements threatened to take Victoria Island from us. And for those of us that know Victoria Island, that town is about 600 hectares of land where businesses and people actually live, contributing enormously to the GDP of our state. As a government, under the Governor Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and of course Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, we tamed the raging sea by constructing groins, as stated by him, to actually make sure that we reduce the veracity of the ocean and use it as a way to collect and harness sand, out of which today is rising the Eco-Atlantic City.
In his welcome address, the Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, stated that the solution to climate change lies in climate-resilient development.
The solution to this lies in climate-resilient development, which involves integrating measures to adapt to climate change with actions to reduce or avoid greenhouse gas emissions in ways that provide wider benefits. This year's summit theme, Accelerating Climate Finance and Championing Local Adaptation Initiatives, aims to explore ways of attracting climate finance into the adaptation space. To create livable and resilient infrastructure, we are determined to mobilize resources at an unprecedented scale to finance the transition to a low-carbon economy and support those most vulnerable to the impact of climate change. This year's summit is therefore not just a forum for discussion, but a clarion call for action. We must accelerate our efforts to mobilize climate finance and channel it towards projects that prioritize local adaptation initiatives. This means investing in infrastructure that can withstand the impact of climate change, empowering communities to develop climate-resilient livelihoods, and enhancing our capacity to respond to climate-related disasters. Furthermore, we must champion the voices of those most affected by climate change, particularly vulnerable communities who often bear the brunt of its consequences. We must embrace knowledge, experience, and perspectives as valuable resource to shape effective adaptation strategies that are grounded in local realities. As we embark on this three-day journey of deliberation and collaboration, let us remain steadfast in our commitment to safeguarding our planet for future generations. Together, we can turn the tide against climate change and build a more sustainable.
Former Lagos State Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola's son participated in a special session titled Climate Change Initiatives, The Journey So Far. He stated that climate change triggered primarily by human conduct and sometimes by natural causes.
When Dr. Banere was the Commissioner for Environment, and I think at the time a few cabinet members then said, why is Lagos spending money in protecting and initiating tree planting and desert erosion protection? And I think he made the point then that if we don't succeed here, if we don't do this, we will be the recipients of the migratory impact. And I regret to say that he has been proven right. The amount and the number and the size of migration into Lagos arising from climate change hazards and displacement is on an increasing high.
That's all we have for you on this episode of the Greater Lagos Vision on Plus TV Africa. I am Love Oyedeku. Bye now.